You cannot overcome something which does not exist. Right now, are you in fear? Right now. That I may say something damaging. Is it the fear? Every moment of your life you're in fear? No. So, when you're not in fear, just stay like that. Because to create fear, you have to use excessive imagination. To not be in fear, you don't have to do anything. Fear is happening because of excessive imagination, things that have not happened, you're creating. What may happen in your mind happens in 1,000 different formats, and most probably it never happens. The things that you feared, take 100 things that you have feared, probably 99 of them never happened, isn't it? Yes. So your fear is always about that which does not exist. You cannot fight or you cannot overcome that which does not exist. We can overcome something that exists. You cannot overcome that which does not exist. You just have to give up that effort. Enjoy the fear. After all, it's your making. You like horror movies. Yes, you're saying no, but you're producing them. It's just they're not making money, that's all. Fear means you're producing horror movies in your mind. Nobody else is willing to watch. That's bad for the producer. But you're producing them. So, you produce something else. Produce a comedy, a love story, suspense, thriller. Try and see today. Just sit down, produce a love story, a suspense thriller, a comedy. 5 minutes movies you make in your mind. Really. Start using your mind differently. It's just gotten into your pattern. Just gotten into your pattern of just creating horror movies all the time. You have watched enough horror movies, they're boring. Create something else. Even it's not that if you produce these movies, those things will happen in your life. Still they may not happen, at least you enjoy the movie. In reality it may not happen, so what? At least you enjoy what's happening in your mind, if you cannot enjoy what's happening in the world, isn't it? That much privilege every human being deserves, isn't it so? Even if the world is not kind to him, at least his own mind should be kind to him, should produce some nice movies.
The word engineering essentially means to make something happen, something that we want, we will make it happen in the most efficient possible way. That's engineering. If you're doing it in horribly inefficient ways, that cannot be called engineering, isn't it? We will say this is a fine piece of engineering when something that we want is happening with least amount of friction and with least amount of consumption. So if you have a body that if you use it for 12 hours, it sleeps for another 12 hours, it needs 12 hours of maintenance. Sleep is maintenance time, you know. If you had a car that you use it for 15 days it's in the garage, it's better to take the public transport. Now you have a body which has to sleep 10 to 12 hours a day. Now this is not an efficient system, it's not being managed properly. Probably the fuel is not good, maybe your engine is leaking. So is this all physical? No. Maybe medically you have been certified fit, but still, if you need to sleep 8 to 10 hours, which unfortunately people are saying, qualified people are saying is standard that every human being must sleep 8 to 10 hours. That's a horribly inefficient perception of what a human machine is, isn't it? This is the most sophisticated machinery on the planet, this human mechanism. If this mechanism is made such a way that half the time it's in maintenance, you cannot call it the most sophisticated. It's very simple. I will give you simply three things. Just do these three things, you will see your sleep quota will come down dramatically. Very simple things. Extremely simple things that you just do for 10-15 minutes a day, you will see your sleep quota will come down dramatically. I'll give you something else, another three things to do, very simple things. You do this, your food quota can be brought down to at least 30 to 40% of what you're eating, still maintain your weight, maintain much more activity than you're maintaining right now, and with much less sleep. So, you engineer something because you want to run it more efficiently. Running something inefficiently is not engineering. So, I'm a mother, I have a job, and I have things to do. Whatever you are, it doesn't matter. Whatever you are, it's important. Whatever the nature of your activity, you're doing something because you think it's important for you. If you're doing something that's important for you, if you think your work is important, the first and foremost thing that you should do is you should work upon yourself. Inner engineering is a systematic way of working upon yourself, not just in the body, not just in the mind, not just in the emotional level, but all aspects, your body, mind, emotion and energy, if all these things are aligned and organized properly, this machine will work so much more efficiently. So the amount of sleep that you need, the amount of food that you need, the volume of rest that the body demands can be brought down considerably. At the same time, the volume of activity can be greatly enhanced and made more efficient and more effective. Especially if you're a mother, your responsibility is not just for making your life work well. Now you've taken the responsibility of making one or two more lives, their lives to work well. When you dare to take such a responsibility, I think you must do inner engineering. There is no choice for you. If you are not a mother, you could choose maybe. But if you are a mother, you have no choice, you must.
Sadhguruji, then what is it? Okay, so for all of us, how do we live our days? What is the best way to just go about it? Give us in clear, simple sentences, do this and you will be at least on the way to being blissful or happy or aware or living in a nice conscious way.
If you just observe, if everybody makes a little effort, everybody take a little time for this piece of life, okay? Not for your family, not for your career, not for something else, just for this piece of life. Give it little time because this is the most important piece of life in your life, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Even if you're in love with somebody, still this is the most important piece of life, isn't it? So pay some attention to this. How does it happen? Why have you taken it for granted? Believe me, you're not going to be here forever. I'll bless you with a long life, but you're going to fall dead one day. Yes or no?
Yes.
So, do not take this for granted. If you wake up in the morning, tomorrow if you wake up in the morning, no, this is not my wish, but I want you to know, of all the people who go to bed tonight, over 1 million people will not wake up tomorrow morning. And tomorrow, if you and me wake up tomorrow morning, is it not a fantastic thing? 1 million people did not wake up. You woke up. Is it not a great thing? Just look at the ceiling and smile. You are still awake, you're still there. And for many millions of people, somebody who's dear to them did not wake up. So just check those 5, 6 people around you. They all woke up, wow, it's a fantastic day. You woke up and everybody who matters to you around you woke up. Is it not fantastic day? You don't think so?
Yes. Yes.
You don't seem to think so.
Yes.
Because the problem is just this, you are living with an idea that you're immortal. When I say you're immortal, you're not actually thinking you're immortal, but you're not conscious of your mortality. If you're not conscious of your mortality, somewhere you think you're immortal, isn't it? How many moments in a day are you conscious that you're mortal? If you were conscious, would you have time to crib? Would you have time to fight with somebody? Would you have time to do some rubbish with your life? If you knew, if you are conscious that you are mortal, you would do nothing other than what is absolutely needed for you and everybody around you. This one thing if you do, if you just remind yourself, you don't think this is a negative thing. Death is not a negative thing, it's the only thing which has added value to your life. If you're here forever, you would be unbearable.
Yes, yes.
Isn't it? Aren't we glad everybody dies one day? If you just become conscious of this one thing, that always you're conscious that I'm mortal. You don't have to think, I will die today, we don't intend, we want to live as far as possible. Just you know, one day I will die. If you're just conscious of this one thing, you will naturally become spiritual. Every day, every moment if you remind yourself, this is a brief life, I'm mortal, one day I will end. Just do this for 2 days and see, you will become something truly fantastic within yourself, just this is all.
That is simply beautiful.
That's all that's needed. If you want to know the value of life, just know that it's a brief happening.
So, Vivekananda, he went to Ramakrishna and asked, "Can you prove there is God?"
Ramakrishna asked, "Do you have the courage?" He hesitated for a moment and he said, "Yes, I want to see." And when he came out, all his questions had completely evaporated.
You heard of Swami Vivekananda. For those of you who do not know, Vivekananda was the first yogi who came to United States of America in 1893, Chicago. And his guru was Ramakrishna. So, Vivekananda was just 18 years of age and he was a fiery youth. One day, somebody told him there is this mystic, Ramakrishna, you must see him, he has all the answers. You have so many questions, that's where you should go. So he went. He is all fired up, full of intellect and full of argument about everything. He's an activist. He's not a spiritual seeker as such. He has no such intentions. Only thing is, he has questions. He's not a conscious seeker yet. He's more like an activist. He's going every place to demolish all the mumbo-jumbo that's going on around him. So he went to Ramakrishna and asked, "What is this all the time you're talking God, God? Can you prove there is God?" Ramakrishna said, "Well, I am the proof." So it just deflated him completely. He was expecting all those head-spinning arguments. Ramakrishna said, "Well, I am the proof. I'm here. This is the proof." Then he made the mistake of asking, can you make me experience whatever it is?
Ramakrishna asked, do you have the courage? Vivekananda was known to be a very brave man. He hesitated for a moment and he said, yes, I want to see. Ramakrishna just took his foot and put it on his chest. And Vivekananda did not get up from a samadhi state for hours. And when he came out, all his questions had completely evaporated. After that, he didn't ask a single question.
He saw something that he had never imagined in his life. And then the madness caught him.
Ramakrishna himself, if he was left to himself, nobody in the world would have ever heard about him because he had no means to communicate with the rest of the world. He had no way of reaching out to people. He was incredible. Not cunning enough to operate with the world. Does not have the necessary will to do anything with the world. So he chose Vivekananda as his way. He took Ramakrishna all over the world. There have been hundreds of Ramakrishnas, but you heard only of one Ramakrishna because of somebody like Vivekananda.
In almost every Indian home, generally this picture is there, Hindu monk picture. Everybody thinks Vivekananda is the inspiration. He inspired a whole generation of people. He continues to inspire millions of people even today because he was such a fiery human being. Whatever he spoke and whatever he did, in a short span of his life, he died very young at the age of 32. But in that short span, he set fire to a lot of people and created a major institution which is worldwide even today. The Ramakrishna mission is almost everywhere in the world. When I went to Dakshineshwar in Calcutta, Ramakrishna Paramhamsa, his immediate disciples, after he passed away, when they formed this Ramakrishna mission, a new order, Ramakrishna never gave them initiation into monkhood or anything. After he passed away, these people decided that they will dedicate their lives to spreading his message. They came together and they became monks by themselves. They decided their lives must be dedicated to making this message happen. And when they came together and formed a little ashram on the banks of Hooghly in Calcutta, there's a picture of them. They're standing like this next to the river and there's a photograph, somebody took a photograph. You must see these men. These are men, okay? They are like fire. So they took it upon themselves, these 8 people, and Ramakrishna Mission went across the world and spread the message, and even today it's one of the most productive spiritual groups. They're still quietly doing their work in their own way. The only and the worst crime that you can commit in this life is you did not explore the full depth and potential of life. If you have to live well, your intelligence has to be deployed. There is no other way.
How to overcome this fear?
You cannot overcome something which does not exist.
My grandfather gave me an article written by you.
Yeah, I'm not that old as your grandfather.
What, according to you, is being successful in spirituality?
This is the most sophisticated machinery on the planet, this human mechanism. If this mechanism is made such a way that half the time it's in maintenance, you cannot call it the most sophisticated.
I want you to know the power of another kind of science, the yogic science, through which you can become a master of your own destiny.
If you want to experience life, if you want to know life in a deeper way than the way you're experiencing right now, if such a longing has come, then there are other ways to do it. You can't become a good wife based on how your mother became a good wife. Situations have changed, expectations have changed. The biggest mistake humanity made was, they started saying marriages are made in heaven, that's why it's such a mess. You made this relationship because you need it badly, isn't it? If you understand and you're always grateful for this, you would handle it well.
Our mothers have set amazing benchmark.
The moment you say mothers,
Yeah.
they're giving a sound ambience of babies crying.
Oh, that's the halo effect, I think. Yeah, so they've set quite a big benchmark of being an ideal wife. However, I, or girls of my generation, feel that we cannot be as good as wife as my mother has been, or our mothers have been. So should I feel that I am falling short of in my personal life, or should I feel that I'm not giving enough justice to my marriage once I'm married? How should I feel about this?
You know, our center in the United States is in Tennessee. Tennessee is a little one kind of state, okay. Mary Makowski, that's not Romanian, right? Okay. Mary Makowski got married. And after their honeymoon, they came home and she threatened him that she's going to make a dinner all by herself. I'm sorry, she said she'll make dinner for the new husband. And husband came home from work and she served the dinner and he put it in his mouth and slowly he was chewing on it and went into profound thought. Then she was very excited about this dinner and she said, there are only two things my mother taught me how to cook, the meatloaf and the apple pie. Then he looked at her and said, darling, which one is this? So, your mother, your grandmother, how they made good wives? Largely it was believed the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Today your husband will call Uber Eats and whatever, Quick Picks and this and that and Swiggies and whatever, all right? So, you can't make a good wife based on how your grandmother became a good wife. You can't become a good wife based on how your mother became a good wife. Situations have changed, expectations have changed. It's not in the stomach anymore. For some it's gone up into the head, for some it's gone further south. Yes? So, you don't do that. Essentially, what a husband and wife means is, because you're not geared, most people are not geared. Very few people in this world are geared to make this journey of life all by themselves. They're organized enough within themselves totally. They never feel anything missing in their life because they've made themselves like that. But most people need somebody else to lean on. Either emotionally, psychologically, there are needs in a human being, physical needs, psychological needs, emotional needs, maybe social needs, economic needs, variety of needs. To fulfill these needs, you want to find one person that you can depend on. Because it's very difficult even to find one person with whom you can share everything that you have, your body, mind, emotion and works. So this is the idea.
Formalizing it is so that every time you get some little friction, you don't fall apart, so little tying up so that things don't fall apart very easily, all right? Nothing else. The biggest mistake humanity made was, they started saying marriages are made in heaven, that's why it's such a mess. No, it's done here. If you see, marriages are made between us and we took responsibility for who we are, we could have made it work, but the damn thing is made in heaven. Not suitable here, it's because it's alien stuff. Everything is a mess because you think it's made elsewhere by somebody else. If you understand it's made by you for your well-being, to fulfill your needs and your purposes so that you can go through this journey of life with least amount of trouble and friction, then you would handle it more responsibly, isn't it? And according to contemporary needs, not how your grandmother did her marriage. You can't do it that way because expectations and situations have completely altered themselves. So, if you hold somebody who is your friend and who is your need, you must understand. You are in this relationship because you need. Maybe the other person also needs, but that's from their side. As far as you are concerned, you made this relationship because you need it badly, isn't it? If you understand and you're always grateful for this, that somebody is fulfilling all your need, you would handle it well. You wouldn't make a misery out of it. But now you think somebody else needs you, then you will make a mess out of it. You understand, you need it. Well, the other person also needs to understand he needs it. Now there is a cohesion. If you think, oh, you need me, so I'm going to exploit you. No, this is not about you squeezing happiness out of somebody or they squeezing happiness out of you. If two happy people meet, then there can be something wonderful happening between them. But you are a misery and you think somebody else should be the source of your happiness, well, it'll multiply.
Well, if you made it here, it shows you're ready to change. You're done with running. This kind of attention is rare, it's precious. Drop your city in the comments, and if you'd like, share this with someone who's also thirsty for clarity. Thank you, Big Hug, and see you soon.